It's been years since the accident happened. One is ready to move on, the other is determined to get answers. Just don't trust your reflection. It's your BFF Snowy Oreo 663 here, right now, and for day 22 of the Scare-A-Thon, we have Oculus from 2014, or 2013. It first came out in 2013 and had its actual wide release in 2014. Don't worry about it. This is one I've seen before, and while yes, I do think it's an underrated Fear Fest, I will admit that I have a slight personal bias as to why I added it to the lineup this year, because this is the movie that I personally attribute to my biromantic awakening. Oh, Karen Gillan, the woman that you are. I promise I'll do my best to keep my mouth shut about her during this. Just hope my best is enough. I guess I better get into it now. I'll start with a brief synopsis, go into my thoughts, and then dive into spoiler territory with a full summary. Ready? Let's go. Tim is a 21-year-old just getting released from a mental hospital. He's been there for almost 11 years after he was accused of killing his father and blaming it on supernatural forces, but has since turned over a new leaf and is on the road to recovery. He doesn't remember much of what happened before all this, at least not until his older sister Kaylee picks him up and takes him to their childhood home. She reveals an antique mirror she attributes to the horror they witnessed as kids, and a full in-depth plan to prove the existence of the magic inside of it. So first off, this film is told in two different storylines. The first is the one I just summarized, while the other is the story of the siblings as kids, unraveling what occurred to them all those years ago. It's not exactly a mystery what happened, Kaylee just straight up tells you what the end result was quite early into the movie. But with Tim telling his version of events that the mental health facility had convinced him of, it makes you question sometimes what's real and what's been fabricated. That's the film's best attribute, honestly. The mirror's power is to alter reality, making it difficult to tell if what you're seeing is the truth. It can make hours feel like minutes, convince you that you're safely out of its range, or make you hurt yourself or others when you believe you're attacking the mirror itself. While you can say that Kaylee is an absolute asshat for dragging her brother into this shit when he's clearly just trying to move on, you have to admit she's smart for everything she planned to head for. She's got everything mapped out extremely well to make sure that the mirror doesn't get the best of her, and her determination to clear her parents' and brother's name is admirable, even if the method and attitude of it is pretty shitty. Now we're gonna get a little deeper into the plot and into some spoilers. If you want to skip, head to this time. Ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Kaylee goes into the history of the mirror, revealing that every single owner of it in the last 400 years of its existence has died in some tragic or mysterious way, usually self-inflicted. She says that her parents were victims too, her mother having been stabbed, shot, and missing all of her teeth, and her father had been shot by his own son, that being Tim. She also details that many owners had dogs that went missing. She has a dog of her own, baiting it by the mirror in an attempt to get it to react. In order to ensure that the mirror can't win the fight, she has a kill switch enabled, a giant blade set to swing at it every 30 minutes unless a manual timer is reset before it happens. Tim counteracts her many points.
Our father was a cheater and it drove our mother crazy. He snapped and he killed her, was gonna do the same to us.
Oh yeah, a bad marriage.
Okay, what's more likely? That you're misremembering events from 11 years ago? Or that the mirror eats dogs?
He lets the dog escape when it starts to cry, finally convincing Kaylee to give it a rest. She agrees, but then lights up when she sees that the cameras she has set up have moved. Checking the footage, it reveals the siblings moving the cameras during their argument, something that neither of them remember doing. Cutting back to the story of them as kids, their father had purchased the mirror and became much colder to the family afterwards. The mother suspects he's cheating once Kaylee spots another woman in the office with him, and she takes out her frustration on the mirror. This goes poorly when she becomes possessed by it, chasing the kids up the stairs and getting stopped by their father, who snaps her neck. She doesn't die, but he is compelled to feel calm about the situation and chain her to the bedroom, telling the kids to leave her alone. Why does young Tim look like Gabe from Good Luck Charlie? Anyways, back to the present, Kaylee is enacting more for precautionary measures, answering her fiance's hourly phone calls and chugging bottles of water. She tells Tim to eat regularly and takes an apple for herself, walking around to the various light fixtures to replace bulbs. After fixing one light, she takes a bite of her apple and oh my good God, the scene gets me so bad. I have such a fear of broken glass and gross. Turns out it's not real. It's only the mirror tricking her into thinking she really did that. Oh, thank God. When the power goes out, Kaylee walks around to set up some battery lights, easily spotting a mirror trick with making her think there's broken plates everywhere. She gets jump scared by a vision of her mother, stabbing it in the neck with the broken shards before it reveals itself as her fiance. He crumples to the floor, Kaylee convinced it's not real since the broken plates weren't. Tim picks up a shattered piece of a flower pot, and Kaylee confirms the worst. She really just killed her fiancé. The two run outside, deciding to wait out the kill switch timer. Things change when they see themselves inside, standing in front of the mirror. They don't know which version of them is real, knowing that if they stay in front of the glass, they will die. They decide to go back inside to save themselves. Back in the past story, young Kaylee is fed up of not knowing what's happening to their mom and goes inside to investigate, seeing the state that she's in. She confronts their father, who grounds the kids to their rooms, things amping up when they see a terrifying figure in their father's office. They run upstairs and hide in the bathroom, Kaylee telling Tim that she's going to sacrifice herself to let him escape. They separate, Kaylee hitting her mom with a golf club while Tim runs downstairs, getting stopped by his dad. He hides when Kaylee rounds back down to help him, getting choked out by her mother. Their father shoots her dead, and Tim manages to get the gun once he gets occupied with Kaylee. Tim shoots his father, the spirits of the souls the mirror took surrounding the kids and screaming. Back in the present, Tim finds himself alone in front of the mirror. He decides enough is enough, prematurely activating the kill switch. In a horrible twist, it's revealed that Kaylee was standing in front of the glass, taking the hit of the blade and dying. The cops arrive on scene due to an earlier phone call they forgot about, taking away Tim as he screams it was the mirror's fault. We then see the end of their childhood story, young Tim crying out the same thing while being taken away, Kaylee telling him not to forget his promise to destroy the mirror by any means necessary. I had to leave a lot out for this summary, mostly the scares and more of the mindfuck stuff to make it more concise. This one's for sure one I would suggest to watch on your own. It's really hard to describe everything that happens in this little blurb that I give y'all.
He's gone. I promise. See, he's
Rockin' roll, man.
The actual mind-altering powers of this mirror can fuck with you a little too. You're just as lost as the characters when faced with a new scenario. This movie's also scary as hell, and while yes, a lot of it is standard jump scare fare, lots more of it comes from the uncertainty of the environment, as well as the top-notch gore. Very few non-body horror films get me queasy, but this one for sure got me looking away a few times. And lest I forget, we have this wonderful view of this beautiful lady, and her pretty hair, and her shining eyes, and her personality. Do you guys remember when I got to see her in person and happened to be standing next to her stalker the whole time? Good times. Anyway, giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. Thanks so much for watching my video. As for the next movie, no matter where you go, no matter how far you run, it's still coming for you, slow and steady. Are you willing to pass it on? Bye.